Have you ever wondered what truly happens behind the glimmering lights of a set when the cameras are off? What hidden bonds form between co-stars, so subtle, yet so enduring that fans can't help but speculate? Could the rumors that spread like wildfire online hold a kernel of truth? Or are they merely projections of what the audience longs to see? Today on Magazine News and Gossip, we dive into one of the most quietly captivating stories of Turkish entertainment, the evolving, resilient, and often whispered connection between Yaman and Demet Özdemir. This isn't a tale of scandal or sensationalism. It's a story of colleagues turned confidants, two professionals navigating the delicate rhythm of working together on Erkensikas, only to carry that understanding into the spaces outside the spotlight. And it's exactly that rhythm, those small, almost imperceptible moments of synchronicity that made even the simplest rumor, a wish to share a home, turn into an online obsession. Rewind to the time when Erkensikas reshaped conversations about romance on screen. The series didn't just sell love, it sold timing. A glance held a heartbeat too long, a playful tease resonated like music, and silences spoke louder than any scripted line. Within that cadence, Can and Demet learned the subtle art of timing. When to pause, when to lead, when to blend seamlessly into a scene. That rhythm didn't vanish when filming wrapped. It lingered. It showed in their discipline, the way they navigated the media, and in a friendship neither regarded as incidental. The months following the series were deliberately quiet. New projects arrived. Old scenes lingered in memory. When journalists asked, "Are you still close?" or "Do you stay in touch?" both answered with the same calm precision. "Yes, we respect each other. Yes, we speak when it makes sense. No, our private lives are not for public consumption." Boundaries were drawn carefully, yet fans read between the lines. Because those lines had been written by a show where desire appeared effortless. If friendship can sustain such intensity on screen without wearing thin off screen, the public wants to know the secret. Then came the whispers of a shared space. It didn't start as a headline. It started as fragments, a comment under a photo, a casually translated interview snippet, a sentence both casual and weighty. The essence was simple. Demet enjoyed the comfort of being in Can's orbit even outside work, a comfort that shortened long evenings and softened mornings. Some interpreted this as a shared address. Others saw something even more ordinary and intimate, the habit of ending long days in the same safe spaces, often surrounded by mutual friends, where no one had to perform for strangers. The significance of these friend homes cannot be overstated. They reveal how two highly visible people managed to remain human. When nights stretched or schedules collided, the group gathered where cameras felt intrusive, a producer's warmly lit kitchen, a friend's living room littered with scripts, a terrace where the city roared below, and conversations whispered. In these unphotographed hours, the bond deepened into something effortless. No staged photos, no vague captions. Just people knowing they could arrive tired and be welcome. At some point, speculation became a challenge. Would Can and Demet ever truly share a living space, even briefly, between projects? The speculation relied on tone, not evidence. A playful remark in a Q&A, "I'm happiest where I feel understood," became a thesis. An offhand comment about having everything they love in one place was cross-referenced with a photo of a bookshelf. Entire theories emerged from the shape of a lamp, the color of a wall, the familiarity of a hallway. It was detective work aimed at decoration, revealing more about the public's desire than any lease. Here's what we can map with certainty. Demet does not hide her love for inhabited spaces, mismatched teacups, dog-eared books, plants demanding care and giving back by surviving. Can gravitates toward order that invites relaxation, A gym bag by the door, a charger always in the same drawer, knives that genuinely cut. Put these temperaments in a room together, and a special compatibility emerges. Aesthetics may not match completely, but rhythm does. It's the formula for nights that last, even when the alarm rings at 5 a.m. Gifts became a favorite subplot among fans, not grand gestures, but small attentions that signal attentiveness. A vintage fountain pen for neatly margined scripts, a precision kettle because tea is ritual, a noise-canceling headset because silence is a luxury when memorizing lines on a plane. Each offering whispered the same message: I notice what drains or rescues you. Let me pick the things that rescue. Conversations intensified as they began using shared vocabulary: routine, anchor, pause. A routine is what we build when the world demands change. An anchor keeps that routine grounded despite shifting schedules. A pause is what we claim when discussion grows noisy and none of the questions are the ones we want to answer. Rumors of cohabitation were dressed in these words. Were they coded, or simply the grammar of two professionals maintaining balance? The answer changed hour by hour. Then came a period that felt like a controlled experiment. Circles overlapped more frequently. Casual friend evenings turned into quasi-date nights. Familiar faces reappeared around the same table. Internet detectives compiled timelines, yet nothing shifted publicly. Ken focused on his craft in interviews, deflecting pressing questions. Demet guarded her center with characteristic grace, answering the kind queries, leaving the rest to silence, which nurtures a lifetime. The rarely reported part is the negotiation of boundaries between two people who truly care for each other. No camera captures it. What does one need to feel comfortable in a space? How to preserve mornings when work devours afternoons. Where to place difficult moments on days when perfection falters. Sometimes the answer is a lease. Sometimes it's a set of keys opening a door to warmth that travels from one address to another. The value isn't in rumor, it's in the reliability of two people being themselves when no one is watching. As speculation heated, wiser fans emerged, honoring the rhythm rather than demanding a resolution. Ken and Demet have always chosen patience over performative revelation, work over noise, kindness over clickbait. When tabloids tried to turn every photo into a verdict, they continued to show up for those who mattered, publicly and privately. When asked about moving in together, they smiled as one smiles when refusing to hand a stranger their schedule. If you seek a dramatic twist, the truth may disappoint, but that's exactly why it's worth preserving. This story isn't about doors opening or suitcases rolling down hallways. It's about a friendship surviving phenomenon, two strong careers enduring public anticipation, and a constellation of spaces, sometimes his, sometimes hers, often their friends, where laughter learned to arrive at the perfect moment, even without cameras. Whether these spaces share an address matters less than what they already share: a simple language, a habit of care, and a commitment to preserving the parts of life more important than the curiosity of the internet. So, where does the original rumor stand? The speculation that Demet might share a room with Can, the evenings in familiar refuges, the gifts quietly saying, "Stay a little longer." It remains exactly where it belongs, a way for the audience to name something intimate that requires no label. Maybe one day a headline will settle the debate. Maybe not. The work will continue in some form, and the bond that made Kenzie cuss more than a show will keep choosing its own rhythm, its own rooms, its own rules. Before we close, tell us in the comments, do you prefer a clear answer or dignity? A story that refuses to be reduced to a headline? Which small ritual, a late-night tea, a shared playlist, a private joke on a post-it, nourishes friendship better than any grand gesture? Your insights are the reason magazine news and gossip exists. You notice the details that matter. If this deep dive revealed the discreet architecture behind the loudest rumor of the season, subscribe to magazine news and gossip, hit like, and explore our long-form reads for members, where we follow the work and choices shaping these lives. We promise the same patience, respect, and focus on what endures when trends do not. The very essence Yaman and Demet Özdemir have embodied from the start. Thank you for watching. Take care, and join us for the next chapter in Turkish entertainment secrets.